And we're back with some more Western Michigan Broncos franchise mode in FHM 9. And in this one, we have the verbal commitments of year number 2. So let's get right to it. And here we go. We have our nomination at number 10. I'd like to try to get a couple of 4s here, specifically wingers. So yeah, I'm going to take a steal here. Well, presuming he agrees to verbally commit to us. Yes, he does. All right, very nice. All right, so we're up to our pick at number 71. 4 3.5 stars. Braden Stewart. Yeah, he's got the highest intelligence rating of these 4 as well. He has decided to commit to Penn State. I think I'll take Sivertson next. He's a center, 19 intelligence, 3-star potential. Based off what we're seeing, horrible ratings, but then again, no one really has great ratings at this point. Yeah, most of the ratings here are in the orange or red for most of these guys, so I'll take him anyway. Sivertson, yep, he has agreed to join us. So I think I'll take the defenseman, Kevin Morant. Beautiful. May as well take a goaltender now. Travis Clark. I mean, for a 15-year-old, that's not bad. Let's see if he joins us. And he does indeed commit to us. Oh man, we're really starting to hurt with the potential players now. Down to 1.5-star potentials. But then again, I have the maximum age set for 16 right now. There is a 19-year-old with a 2.5-star potential. Sid McNeil, I saw him before. 18 intelligence, so he might not be too bad to pick up. Yeah, at this point, we're starting to get to the players who really have not much impressive about them. So I think I'm going to let the computer finish the nominations here, because there's still a good, I'm going to say, few hundred picks to go. Yeah, we're just going to have the computer finish it. All right, so with that being done, we can get to the end of the regular season on March 3rd against Denver. Obviously, we're not going to be passing North Dakota. They're 19-1. But I would like to see if we could get up to at least second. I would say second's doable. I mean, we're pretty close. We're only 4 points behind them, so it's possible. So I think if we could finish second here, that'd be ideal going into the playoffs. Oh no, Liam Steele out 2 to 3 months with a major injury. Not good considering he's been one of our best defensive players on the team this year as a freshman. Yeah, not a good player to lose there. Got the 2.5-star ability, 5-star potential. Michael Black's in there now. I wonder why coach is refusing to use Lucas Mata as opposed to Black. I mean, he does have a 70 defensive grade somehow, even with his incredibly low stats, whereas Lucas Mata only has a 60. So, I mean, if he's simulating well, then I don't care about his attributes all that much, but you know, it just seems like Mata should be doing much better than Michael Black. So it's definitely odd that Michael Black has one of the better defensive grades on the team. Now, granted, that's only through 2 games, but still, I would expect him to be swapped with Mata in terms of how they're doing with their grades. All right, so we're on March 4th of 2024, meaning we have finished the regular season of year number 2. We finished 5th in our division, 19-13-3 with 41 points. So we definitely could have done better, especially considering the gap between 2nd and 5th is only 4 points. So if we got a couple more wins in there, we could have finished 2nd in the division. So that would have been nice to see, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. And before we head into the playoffs, let's check out the stats. You have Matica with 34 points in 32 games played. Lindfors with 27, 23 for Tinling and Kettinen, 22 for Cardana, 21 for Ozelance, 19 for Stenman, 18 for Knubel and Sasson, 17 for Seoland, 15 for Conradson, Kelvgard, and Fiedler, 11 for Wentz, 10 for Izagai, Shingoth, and Zinchenko, 9 for Birch in 11 games played, 6 for Portillo, 5 for Brooks and Eliasson, 4 for Walders, 3 for Thrun and McDonald, and 1 for Mata. And in goal, you have a 903 save percentage for William Hambly and a 873 for Cameron Rowe. That's certainly a rough one there. And it looks like Rowe and Hambly switched stats from last season. Last season, it was Hambly who wasn't doing too well with the 889, and Rowe had the 908, but now it's Rowe with the 873 and Hambly with the 903. I would like to see what Bruveris can do, but unfortunately with how this game works with the computer head coach, he's not going to put in a 3rd-string goaltender at all until he's better in ability than either Rowe or Hambly. So that's definitely unfortunate. And it looks pretty good too based off his stats. He had a 923 save percentage last year with his team in the USHL, but unfortunately he has Rowe and Hambly ahead of him on the depth chart, and I think that's what the computer head coach goes based off of. Ooh, looks like we have disruptive hostility here in the team harmony. We have Max Sasson, who has a problem with Hambly apparently, and then Cam Knubel as well has a problem with Hambly. And then Hambly, obviously with Sasson and Knubel. Then you have a click as well with Knubel, Juntorp, Kettinen, and Wendt. So man, that's a rough one because Sassen's our captain, I believe. And then Cam Knubel's not bad himself. And then of course William Hambly, our goaltender, who has the .903 save percentage. So that's a pretty rough conflict there. I'm not entirely sure what to do about that because they're all very good players. I don't want to cut our roster right before the playoffs start. I have to say, I wish there was another way of dealing with team harmony than just cutting players, because that seems like that's all that you can really do in regards to managing the team harmony. Like, I wish there was something where you could talk to them and maybe give them a warning or something like that, you know? But instead, the conflicts just continue until the team harmony just completely depletes. And it's either that or you just have to cut a player. And when there's multiple good players involved, it's kind of rough, especially with this sort of setting in the NCAA where, you know, there's no such thing as free agency or trades, and the only way to get new players is getting walk-ons, which clearly are not good, as we've seen in the past with Michael Black. Although in 3 games played, he did have a 71 defensive grade, so not bad. But still, I do wish there was a better way of dealing with these conflicts other than just getting rid of players. And it doesn't look like there's an option to turn that off either. It doesn't look like I can turn off the team harmony and the conflicts thing. But then again, if I don't do anything about this, then the team harmony is just going to get worse going right into the playoffs. And then, you know, we're probably less likely to win, I would imagine. Man, like, why does it have to be? It's our captain, our alternate captain, and our best goaltender in Hambly. That's rough. that is some rough stuff right there with the team harmony. Because Hambly is at the center of all of them. So basically, if I get rid of Hambly, then this should all just resolve itself. But, you know, I don't exactly want to get rid of the goaltender who just posted the .903 save percentage and be forced to go with either Rowe or Bruveris, who we know absolutely nothing about. So I guess we'll just continue here because I really do not want to get rid of any of those players. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want that team harmony getting out of control, which it very well might here in the next week or so. All right, award nominees time. Do we have any award nominees? It does not look... Oh, no, never mind. We do. Cam Knubel nominated for the Hockey Humanitarian Award. And here we go. We have the start of the NCAA tournaments. We are playing in a game against Minnesota Duluth. All right, here we go. Game against Minnesota Duluth. We're going to go into it. First period underway. Nothing in the first. Second period. There you go. There's a goal for Cole Birch from Knubel and Eliasson. And there's another one. Kenta is a guy from Cardona and Matica. And there's another one. Kenta is a guy with the second of the game from Stenman and Ozelent. And there's number 4 of the period. Zinchenko from Birch and Cardona. And we're heading to the third up by 4. Way to go, boys. We finished the game 4-0 against Minnesota Duluth. That means we move on in the pre-playoff bracket, I believe. Shots are 40-24 in favor of your Western Michigan Broncos. 3 stars of the game, Cardona is the guy, and Birch. Yep, we'll be facing Nebraska Omaha now. Here we go. Game against Nebraska Omaha. First period underway. And nothing happened in the first. Second period underway. And there's a goal by Cole Birch from Matica. Makes it 1-0. And it is 2-0 Barrett Brooks from Walders and Kettinen. And we're heading to the third up by 2. Come on, boys. Finish this off here. A lot of penalties. And there's a goal for them. Rollwagon makes it 2-1. But we hold on and we win 2-1 against Omaha, Nebraska. Or Nebraska, Omaha, I should say. And we're moving on to round number 3. Shots are 38-21 in favor of Western Michigan. 3 stars of the game, Birch, Lakotsky, and Rollwagon. Oh boy, here we go. We are going up against North Dakota here. They're 31-5 on the regular season. So yeah, we have to face them in the finals, it looks like, to get to the NCAA tournament. All right, here we go. Big game against North Dakota. We got to play them tough because they are certainly going to be tough on us. Here we go. First period underway. And there we go. A goal in the first period with 7 seconds left. Adam Cardona from Fiedler and Birch makes it 1-0 heading into the second period. Oh, nothing in the second. Oh boy. Third period underway. It's going to happen. And they get a goal. Cooper Moore. Couldn't have expected them with a record like that to stay off the board the whole game. Oh man. Abram Wiebe. Or Weeb, it's pronounced. And man, Braden Panzer with a 3-1 goal on an empty net, I'm assuming. And that is it. We could have had that. They made that last minute push and they got the win. That's unfortunate. Shots are 29-24 in favor of North Dakota. 3 stars of the game are Schmaltz, Cardona, and Kupsko, however however that's pronounced. Forgive my pronunciations. So yeah, unfortunately we did not win that part of the tournament, but are we in the NCAA bracket? It doesn't look like it based off what I'm seeing here, unless I'm just not seeing our logo. No, it does not look like we're in, unfortunately. I mean, I'll simulate ahead a little bit here just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure we are not in the NCAA tournament this year. Yeah, I think it would have happened by now if we were actually in it. Like, I would have seen a game on the schedule by now for sure. Because it ends in April, right? Yeah, the awards are on April 18th. Yeah, I would have seen something by now. They're already in the second round, so yeah. Unfortunately, no NCAA playoffs for us. That sucks. And is there any way I can check out the stats from all the games that we just played? I know they're not part of the regular season, but they're not showing as playoff stats either, and don't think they would be counted as preseason. I don't think it's the All-Star game either, no. That's unfortunate. Can't see the stats from that. And the NCAA tournament champions for 2023-2024 are the Michigan Wolverines. Luke Hughes, Adam Fantilli, and Tyler Shea in net. They went through Bentley, Bowling Green, Denver, and Connecticut. All right, good. So the conflict between all those guys went away this time. It doesn't look like it affected team harmony too much. All right, so at least that incident in particular wasn't too serious, and we just left it alone. But still, I would like another way of dealing with conflicts than just trading players away or just cutting them entirely, you know. And here we go. We have the awards for the NCAA. Hockey Humanitarian Award goes to Hunter McCoy. He was a free agent, apparently. He was playing for Army this past year, but he got released, it looks like. And the Hobie Baker Award between Cooley, Fantilli, and Yurchuk goes to Adam Fantilli, 65 points in 30 games played. My goodness. Playoff MVP goes to Seamus Casey of Michigan. And the Mike Richter Award between Hedquist, Turnus, and I'm not going to try that one. Hopefully he doesn't win. There you go. Hedquist wins for North Dakota. And the best GM between Ruth Pelfrey and Van Camp. It is John Ruth of, what team is that? Alaska. And the best coach between Stone, Page, and Dickerson is Bill Dickerson of Alaska as well. Matt Becca wants to stay. I don't know. I mean, we've had some pretty good regular seasons, and we just had a pretty good run during the NCHC playoffs, but we didn't make it to the NCAA tournament. And I don't know if there's anyone better at this point, so I may as well rehire him. Just give him one more chance, sort of thing. Okay, I just have to point this out. This is something that drives me crazy about FHM's coaching system. How is there an assistant coach, Mike Baird, who is listed as an assistant coach with a 0 coaching rating? Like that I'm sorry, that makes no sense. And it says this is his ability to work as a head coach or assistant coach. Okay, why is he an assistant coach with a 0 coaching rating? This is why we need coaching development. I don't know if that's a thing in FHM 9. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Definitely something I'm hoping to see fixed at some point soon. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. Yeah, I guess I'll sign Becca for 2 more seasons. Just give him one more chance. Because I feel like that championship game against, who was it, North Dakota, could have gone either way. Because we basically had it up until the very end when they just decided to pull a clutch one and decided, hey, we're not going to overtime after all. I feel like if he's given another chance, we could actually do something, especially with the roster that we have. Because we have a lot of freshmen, right? Yeah, like almost all of our current roster, and it looks like some of the guys were actually just recently cut by the computer. Most of our roster right now is freshmen. So if this roster holds up and not a lot of our players are signed into the NHL, then we should have a pretty competitive roster next year based off what we're seeing, especially with all these guys who have all the 5-star potentials. I mean, this is a pretty talented roster on paper. So I see no reason why Matt Becca shouldn't be able to get it done in the next couple of years now that he's been given another chance. And he has the preferences that I like too. Aggressive line matching tendency, physical preference, offensive preference. I mean, he's very good as far as his preferences go, at least, and his coaching ratings aren't half bad either. But this new contract of his is definitely going to be the decisive one. If he doesn't get it done in the next 2 years, then I think he is gone after this one. And again, he's had some pretty good regular season records as well. We just were not able to, unfortunately, get past the juggernaut North Dakota Fighting Hawks. But it looks like they didn't even advance past the first round of the NCAA tournament. And they got beat by the 18-13-3 Ferris State Bulldogs. Anyway, I think that is about it for this season. So let's advance up to July 1st. And here's our season score. We had a winning season, but we failed to reach the playoffs. So I guess the playoffs in this instance is the NCAA tournament as opposed to the NCHC playoffs. So our total season score is 11, bringing our total career score to 35. All right, so we are on July 1st, meaning a lot of players have joined our roster, and we may have some cuts to make here because as we take a look, 42 on the active roster. I think the maximum is 35. So let's see, in goal we have 4. We have Hambly, Bruveris, Ironside, and Howitt. So at least we'll get to see Bruveris now, because it looks like he's the second best goaltender as far as ability goes. Defenseman, oh man, we have Deke Davidson, Sioland, Ozolins, Steele, Cardona, Dupuis, Ligerloff, D'Alessandro, Stenger, Kroll, Blomqvist, and Mata. And then at forward, we have Lindfors, Tinling, Stenman, Kentonen. So it looks like who was the guy, Matica, might have gotten signed into the NHL. Because I'm pretty sure he wasn't a senior. I think he might have been a freshman or a sophomore. Yeah, so he must have gotten signed to the NHL. Then you have Izagai, Gajcik, Shingoth, Brooks, Zinchenko, Sinkinen, Smith, Lundberg, Risto, Walders, Portillo, Juntorp, Konradson, Kelvgard. Man, I'm like these names are just I'm not used to them. Roman Zapp, Maxim Lemashevsky, Thomas Holchak, Tayden Ratty, Albin Persson, Charles Edouard Grenier, German Yavash, Marek Doucette, and Johan Franzen. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some cuts here, it looks like. That is a large roster. As we take a look at all the positions, like look how much we have to scroll here to get through the entire roster, man. Yep, definitely a lot of forwards here. And one of our better forwards isn't even on our roster. Maxwell Silver looks to be a pretty good player, just 17 years of age. And with that, I think we will end things off here. And in the next one, we will get to the start of year number 3 with your Western Michigan Broncos.